Hi guys, I'm Rustom Tamayo. I'm a newly licensed architect and a registered master planner. After I graduated way back in 2018, in order for me to be qualified and eligible to take the licensure examination for the architects, I had to undergo 2 years diversified architectural experience. For almost 2 years, I worked as a junior architect in an architectural field. I was involved in different design development stages of different projects that varies from different scope. I was supposed to take the licensure examination in 2020, but because of the pandemic, it has been postponed for so many times. And in my second job, I work again as a junior architect for almost 5 months. And that's when I realized I decided to do what I believe I love, and that's architectural visualization. Every day, every night, I watch a lot of webinars and talks that is usually about the business side and the technical aspect of the architectural visualization. After spending so much time watching from those webinars, last year around November 2021, I decided to quit my job and fully dedicate my time in studying architectural visualization on my own. But I had a lot of questions. Where do I start? Where to begin? How to even become a 3D artist? Of course, at first, it was very overwhelming. And then I stumbled upon this saying from the master himself, Martes Courses, and he said something like this: study the old masters, enrich your palette, and expand the canvas. What were my plans? First, I established myself. I had no one to guide me. I have no mentors. I was literally alone on the journey. I studied the old masters and learned their way of thinking. I look for any webinars that talks about the techniques, their approach, and their thinking process. If I can find anything that will solve my problem technically, most of the time I just figure it out by myself. Or I will find any ways that will help me to at least get closer to what I'm trying to achieve. Aside from the fact that I love doing images, I still consider myself a beginner who is trying out to learn and love the good and the bad side of the archivist industry. I study the palettes of the old masters and try to figure out what makes their images stand out from the others, just like the archivist masters. And try to achieve their techniques. The photographers, cinematographers, and director, and try to apply it and make my own version. One of the most important advice that I learned from watching those webinars is to never be afraid to approach those people that you really look up to. Message them on their Facebook, message them on their social media. I assure you that the archivist community is the community where you will meet the best and amazing people in the world. The first community I entered is the Dito community. For me, the best community out there. I met a lot of people through that community, through social media. And the monthly challenge that they put together is what I'm always looking forward every month. This was the challenge that I feel a lot of creative freedom. And as a beginner, I always take this opportunity to learn something new and explore something new. I really love doing personal work, to the point that when I do personal work, I usually start early and I stay late. And even before sleeping, I'm still thinking about it. When I do personal work, I approach it as an artist. For me, it doesn't matter what were the process, but the outcome and the result is what matters to me. And then I prepare a lot of research and readings before diving into something new. For example, on technical staff, I plan every step of the way. So the very first thing that I study is the modeling, the lighting, the shaders, the post-production, and the matte painting. And in studying lighting, there are different types of lighting. Mood lighting for the interiors, ambient lighting, daylight, golden hour, blue hour. And I was lucky enough to be on this webinar one-on-one with Nikas. And in studying shaders, I read a lot of articles that tackles the basic of different shaders. And on the business side of the archivist, I'm always trying to establish my presence on different social media platforms. And as much as possible, there's an opportunity to be on the live webinar. I always try to be there, just so I can be updated with what is happening on the industry. I really enjoy talking with different people in this industry. It's really inspiring and keeps me motivated. And attending conferences can really make a big impact to you. It can change your whole perspective in life. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And so far, these were the results of my journey of doing small steps consistently. So cheers to the future and all that we do.